so that everybody that's not here will be able to catch the replay. So, again, welcome, 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 everybody. Tonight, we will be discussing streamlining your success, and it's all about optimizing your operations for business growth. And of course, I am your presenter today, Crystal Ifakoya. We have some wonderful, wonderful women, looks like so far on the line, and I look forward to hearing more. We'll at the end will be the more informal part, but we're going to dive right into what we are learning today because it is powerful, and I hope that it really helps you all to go to the next level with your business and everything that you do. So, let me see. Hold on, guys. It's froze up. Just a second. Back over here. I'm working with like two screens, so sometimes it likes to act up. Here we go. So today we will be discussing. There's the Zoom. Okay. Today we are going to be discussing understanding what business automation is, some communication and collaboration tools, marketing and social media tools, finance and accounting tools, customer relations management, which is known as a CRM, and of course, how you can implement and put those things. And then at the end, we'll do some question and answers and give you time to do some general thoughts about how you can actually get that implemented into your business or into your website. So, first, we're going to start with what is business automation? You know, we hear this word all the time, and some people get confused about what that looks like and how do they automate their business and how much does it involve for you to be able to do that. So, business operation automation is the use of technology to automate repetitive and manual tasks within a business, freeing up employees to focus on more strategic and value added activities. Today, we're going to talk about some of those benefits. And of course, the benefits for a small business to have business automation, you increase your efficiency and your productivity, it reduces your costs, and it improves your accuracy and the consistency. Also, you have more time to deal on strategic planning with your employees instead of worrying about the monotonous things that need to be done. And of course, it also enhances the customer satisfaction. Some examples of automation are marketing automation, where you have your email marketing, social media scheduling, and lead generations. There's also customer service automation, chatbots, ticketing systems, automated responses. There is finance automation, which is your invoicing, your accounting, your expense tracking. And then there is productivity automation, and that's your data entry, scheduling, and document management. We're only going to be talking about a few of these today, but it's enough to get you started with your business and to make sure that your business is running smoothly so that you can do more things out in the community and build and bring in more income. So we're going to dive right in. And I'm going to mention these, but you may know of others. And if you know of others or if you use others, please drop them in the chat because that is what's going to make this even more interactional is the fact that some of you all may have even better tools that you use and you want to implement those with other things that we'll be talking about today. So if you know any of them, if you have any of them, please let me know. And for all of the ones that are coming in now, hello, hello, how are you? Drop your name in the chat along with your link to your website. That is what we are doing today. So, email automation tools. I don't know about you, but for me, most of you all got this actual um, email or this invite because you received my newsletter that had that I had automation. There's also Eventbrite. It was sent out on Eventbrite to my entire list that we had this upcoming event. Email automation can be done through a lot of different tools, but the one that I use personally is MailChimp. And a couple of my clients use Constant Contact. Both are great tools, and we're going to give a price breakdown for the MailChimp versus the Constant Contact. I wanted to show you the difference between the two because the MailChimp or the email automation is probably going to be the most helpful for your business in getting it where it needs to be. So we'll get into that in a minute. But also collaboration platforms. If you have more than one person working in your business, say you have a team, you need to be able to communicate with that team. Some of the tools that I've used and I use quite frequently are the ones that I've mentioned at the bottom, and that's Slack, Trello, and ClickUp. Well, I used to use Trello, but ClickUp has greatly influenced the way that I collaborate going forward, and it replaced Trello because it also has the Trello boards. Now, for each of these that I've put on the screen, we're going to stop for a minute and I'm going to allow you all to ask questions now about these products and if you actually use them. So, of the people that are here, how many of you actually use? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to stop share. And if you want to come back on the screen so we can talk, for all of you all that are here today, how many of you all actually use Trello or you use any of the other tools that are mentioned? You can take yourself off mute as well. It should allow you to. Okay, I got Dr. Michelle Foster. She said she uses MailChimp. Anybody else? Have you heard of MailChimp? Do you know what MailChimp does and how it creates things?
I have no idea what it is.
Okay, so MailChimp is an email automation. It's how you send out to your newsletters or whatever communication you do to your group of emails. So as you start to collect emails, you really should start to use some way to reach out to them every month or every quarter, whatever you choose to do with your business. But interacting with your clients or with your customers is very important. So having a tool like MailChimp, which I like MailChimp because it's free. You can start for free and you can continue to use the MailChimp throughout all of your business. So for me, I integrate the MailChimp with my website. I integrated it with my social media and I also integrated it with our Eventbrite so that so with Eventbrite, when it is with that integration, as soon as people sign up for one of my events, they're automatically added to my newsletter. So I don't even have to do anything. So I'm always able to reach out to them every single month. But what it also does when you integrate it with your website, if you have e-commerce on your website, or if you have a link on the front page that says subscribe to our newsletter, it can be added directly to your MailChimp. And then for whenever they purchase your products or make a donation, it can also put them on your MailChimp. And it can segment it and let you know, okay, this person actually came from my website and they subscribed. Or this person came because they bought products from me. So if you go back to them or if you ever wanted to email just the people that bought products from you, it is an easy way to be able to segment those different people and send blasts to just the people that need to get it. It's one of the easiest and to me one of the more awesome tools that you can have for a small business because you need to reach out to your people and you want to be able to do it consistently. And what I learned is if you try to use your own email, this is something you should always remember. If you send over 50 emails from your personal email, they will consider it spam. And it is hard to get off the spam list once you've been put on there. So all of the things that you send out will go to people's spam box instead of their actual inbox. I learned that the hard way. I'm doing better. You can redeem it, and some of those people you can send them a direct link and say, hey, I need you to say that you want to receive this to your actual email so it won't block it anymore. So that's all that I have about MailChimp. Now, on the collaboration tool, Slack. I actually have up my Slack right now. And within my Slack, I am able to communicate with an entire team. And it's not just mine. Other people have Slack, so I can have 5 to 6 different channels at the same time, and I can Slack with different people, and it sends me the notification. So what is a Slack? It's almost like an instant message, and you'll get that instantly when someone is working with you, and you can create channels. Like, for instance, I guess I can show you the easiest one that I can show you is my boss one. So let me share my screen. So this is what Slack looks like. I am able to have different channels. I can add, I have external connections. You can connect it to your Canvas and all the different things. But what I love about it is that I can segment who I want to talk to. I can talk to groups or I can talk to individuals, and it holds the information for you. Now they require for you to upgrade your plan, but it used to be where they would hold this information for free, and it goes back more than 30 days, even though it doesn't say it does. It actually will hold your information past the 30-day mark, but the only way for you to be able to access it is for you to pay for it. But usually, if 30 days have went by, I'm probably not going to need it again, for me, because I've documented it and put it somewhere else that I also need. So for me, it works. But you have different activities that you can do. You can send direct messages to people. You can set up interviews or messages and events or anything of that nature. So I really like it. But what I really want to show you is another product. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. And it's called ClickUp. ClickUp has changed the game for me with my automations, and it integrates with Slack, MailChimp, Calendly, a lot of things. And I'll show you just how extensive it is. I'm trying to get into the right account before I show you. Let's see. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to put them in the chat. And for the people that just came in, if you will drop your name and a link to your email, if it's a link to your website if it's available. Let's see. We'll go into this one. So let me know if you're able to see the ClickUp screen on the screen. Do you all see the ClickUp, and is it spinning for you?
Yes.
Okay. Give it a second to load. I got a lot going on my computer today. I guess I can exit out of some of this stuff. And don't worry if you don't catch it all. It will be a replay, and we will make sure that you get it. I don't know why it's going quite so slow, but probably because I got 50 million windows up. Come on. Okay, well, it looks like ClickUp is spinning for me, but eventually it's gonna load, and it looks like it's loading from another page. So hold on, that is the problem. So on the free version of ClickUp, you're able to add different people to your ClickUp and actually have them collaborate on projects, documents. You're able to add anything you want. Of course, after you get to a certain level of it, it will start to tell you that you have to upgrade. So I'm at my storage limit now, and I'll show you what that looks like. But we have folders, we have names, we are able to document things, and everybody work in the same space. So nothing will be lost because as soon as you start typing, it saves it. And it also keeps a history of who updated it, when they logged in, and how they interacted with it. But I love about this, you're able to create lists, you're able to have dashboards, you're able to have documents, and this stuff your entire team is able to use and be able to make sure that they run their business efficiently with you. So, if you haven't used ClickUp, if you're looking for a tool to be able to do things for your business and collaborate with your team, ClickUp is where it's at. I live and breathe ClickUp. I've set up people's ClickUps for them, and I can show you how to set them up as well. You literally can do tasks in here, and it's going so slow because I have so many screens up. But you're able to create tasks, which is what I really, really like about it. And in those tasks, you can assign due dates and you can assign them to other people. So as long as you send them an email and they're added to that, they have the free plan where you can add as many people as you want to be able to collaborate with you and assign them to certain projects to be able to help you to build your business, whether it's working on a project or your business plan, whatever it is, you can have your entire team to work together to make sure that that gets done. And it stays in here. That's what I like about it. And it integrates with almost everything, all of the products that we're going to discuss today, it integrates with every single one of them. So we'll get into that later. We're going to jump back over to the presentation and go to the next tool. So before we go to the next tool, here's a breakdown of the Constant Contact versus MailChimp. And the reason why I wanted to show you this is because I like Constant Contact, but when you think of, you only get the first 60 days for free. And then after that, it's $20 a month. And you can only have up to 500 subscribers. For MailChimp, you can have up to 2,000 subscribers or 12,000 emails per month. And this is why I chose MailChimp in the first place. And it has up to a 99% deliverability rate. And what that means for your business, it's not going to go into their spam. It's actually going to go into their inbox for them to actually read it. And it shows you how many people actually opened it and how many people click on certain links that you may have. And I can show you an example of that later as well if you want. So the next thing that we're going to discuss is social media tools. How many of you all greatly use social media? Raise your hand. I know I do, especially now. Most businesses have to have an online presence. So, because of that, are you using your online presence as it should be done? Many of you probably are not. And the reason why is because it's so overwhelming to post all the things in one time at one time. At the end of this, I'm going to show you a quick way to post 4 times in a month effortlessly in less than 10 minutes. And I'm going to show you how to walk that through from beginning to end. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but that's one of the best automations that you can use. Now, you could use Hootsuite. Hootsuite has a free start to it. I love Hootsuite. That's what I used to use back in the day. I also used to use Buffer. But what has changed the game for me is ChatGPT and Canva. And really, if you have the premium of Canva, you don't even need Chat GPT anymore because you can literally use just Chat GPT to create everything you need to create. And I'm going to show you how simple it is in a little bit. We'll get to that. But I wanted to show you that these are some of the efficient marketing strategies that you can use. These will allow you to schedule out your post ahead of time so that you're ready for the whole month. Many of you all are a part of my WOW Women Helping Other Women group, the WOW network. Within there, you've noticed for the last couple of months, Monday through Friday, we do Motivation Mondays, Tips Tuesdays, Wellness or Work It Wednesdays. I can't even remember what Thursday is, but you get the gist of it. That every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, there's a post out there. I literally created the post for the entire year. Every single one of the posts are already set and ready to go for the entire year. All I have to do is schedule them and I'm done, literally. And I did that whole process for the whole year in less than 45 minutes. And I will show you how you can do that as well to automate that process. So, another tool that people need to be aware of is just as much as you care about your business can't run professionally and smoothly if you do not have some type of financial process in place. So, today, what we're going to talk about is some invoicing and accounting software. For me, I personally use QuickBooks, and some of my clients probably get invoices from me directly from QuickBooks. I love QuickBooks, and the reason why I love it, I can invoice them, I can send out reminders. They automate that process for me. I don't have to do any of that. Once I put it in the system automatically reminds my clients for me. I just tell it how much I want them to remind them. And if they're past due, it'll send them past due reminder. If they partially pay, it'll send them the rest of what's due for their account. And what I really, really love about it is at the end of the year, when it comes to taxes and keeping a track of what's come in and what hasn't, all I have to do is pull my taxes from QuickBooks. It manages my payroll. It manages my any of my 1099 clients for me, which many people don't know. If you have paid the same person more than $600 in a year, you have to provide them with the 1099 form. Some people don't know that. So if you are outsourcing your business or having people collaborate with you, or you have a temp worker that's working under the table, if they made more than $600 with your business, you need to have some type of tool to be able to give them a 1099. QuickBooks is amazing at doing this. And you can start this month and you can backdate and go all through the entire year and just tell how much you paid them throughout the year. And once you do that, it'll send a 1099 to them and give you what you need to be able to file with the IRS. Some other tools, because I believe in equal opportunity, and just because the tool works for me, it may not work for you. So I also put on the screen FreshBooks and Wave. Now, with QuickBooks, I also create contracts. And it's integrated with my contract tool, which is Prospero. Prospero, many of the people that work with me have received a contract. All I do is at the beginning, before I even sent the contract, that contract was pre-made. And I use the same one every single time. All I have to go in and do is change the name and the email, and it will automate the rest of it. And it creates a link and it lets me know when people open their contract, when they sign their contract, and after they sign it, it can auto generate the bill to be able to send them because I integrated it with my QuickBooks. So as soon as they sign it, they will also get an email from Prospero letting them know, or from QuickBooks letting them know that they can now make their payment to their invoice. So when you think of automating your processes, this is a way. So when you speak to your clients and you say, these are my services, would you like to do business with me? You have to determine, what does that business look like for them? And what does that process look like for them? So if you have a process where you have a contract and all you have to do is know their name, their email, what services they're getting, and how much you're going to bill them for them services, then you go in, drop it into your contract, and it generates the emails and does all the hard work for you. So I almost could run my business completely by myself, but who wants to do a business by yourself? Me, because you want to save money. Anywho, the other product that we're going to discuss today is building strong customer relationships. How many of you all use a CRM tool? Not a lot of people do, but honorable mention, my girl Abby Bermudez has a new CRM app called Ado, ADO. And she is highly, it can integrate with your website, it can integrate with your CRM. It's an all inclusive tool that she uses. So that is for Abby. I wish she could be here tonight, but she's dealing with some things and I'm keeping her in my prayers. But with that being said, some tools that you can also use. One is very good for me, and I've personally used it, and that's HubSpot. What I love about HubSpot, I don't know about y'all, but I love simplicity. So if I could take all of my, with HubSpot, when you sign up, it literally can go through your phone and you can make a decision on who is a business client and who is not. And it will pull them directly from your phone and from your emails if you choose. And now you can have a list of all of your clients. And it can automate how often you reach out to those clients or how often you contact those people. And all you have to do is tell it, I want to contact this customer every 3 days or every 5 days or once a month, or I want to follow up with them in 2 months. You put that in there, it'll send you a reminder and it'll auto send them a reminder. And you can give them your Calendly link because I'm sure everybody on here has a Calendly link, but if not, we can talk about that as well. And once you give them that, then it takes your hands out of it. You put them in the system, you tell the system, this is this type of client, and it does the work for you. Who wouldn't want to do that? Another one is Zoho. And Zoho also has an element built in for accounting, and it does a few other things as well. So when you think of managing your customer base and your clients, you need a product that's really going to work for you and your business. So with identifying key process for automation, auto approve documents and emails. You shouldn't be doing that manually anymore. You shouldn't have to manually go in and type every email and manually type in everybody's name or copy everybody's email and put it in a blind copy. Because when you do that, if you put a link in there, it automatically will send it to spam because it's like you're spamming people. You're sending this email to 50 people, over 50 people, and you have a link in here. So the first thing in its mind is, okay, this is one of those people from Pakistan or somewhere else. I'm not picking on Pakistan. That was just the first name that came to my mind. And of course, wherever they come from, it's a scam and they're not going to send it through because they don't know what that link is. You do, but they don't. So make sure you have that set in place. Make sure to schedule social media posts. Make sure it's consistent. So if you do it once a week, do it once a week. If it's once on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, do it at those times. You can change up the times, but people get used to noticing and knowing your trends. And you have to know your clientele to know when is the best time to actually send it to them. Of course, you can always use chatbots. I did not discuss chatbots today because one of my next courses that I'll be doing is explaining how to use a chatbot and exactly how to set up a chatbot. So that's a class coming up soon. Streamlining your data and reports. Who does not want to streamline their processes, save time, and reduce the errors that happen when you have all your processes all over the place? And then, of course, automating your bookkeeping tasks. So if you're doing bookkeeping yourself, it's easy. But if you have an accountant, you can just send that information over to them because everything is in the same place. And with that being said, here are some tips for successful implementation. Make sure that you write it out ahead of time. Write the vision and make it plain. Why do I say that? Because so many people will jump in and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and it's in their head, and they never write it down or they never really follow through on it because they haven't set goals. It's just all up here in the head. It never got to a piece of paper. So, how can anybody run with it that reads it if they don't even know what the plan is? So, make sure you have a plan and a strategy and write it down and then prioritize what that's going to look like. So if you plan on using any of these tools today, write down a plan. Say, okay, I want to use MailChimp. Then you need to write down who is going to be using it with you. How many emails are you going to put in there? Is it affordable for you right now? You need to have that process written down so that it's easy for whoever is going to do it. So many times I have clients come to me and they're saying, I want a website. Okay, you want a website. That's great. What are we going to put on this website? I don't know. Okay, do you have a mission? Do you have a vision? Do you have a bio? Do you, how many services do you offer? Do you have the prices for those services? And that takes me more time than it does actually building the website. And that's fine. I don't mind getting paid for consulting, but it would be better if you already have that stuff together so that when I do your website, all I'm doing is taking your information. You've saved money because we're not doing extra hours of consulting, and it helps you in the end. Making sure that you prepare your employees by providing the training and addressing any concerns. I did it myself. I can relate to this first and foremost. Sometimes you think someone understands the process, but you never even sat down to walk them through that process. And now what you thought should have been easy, it's wasted their time and your time because there's no plan. You haven't sit down and planned it out for them, and you didn't look at them to see that they actually knew what they were doing. What I also learned is sometimes we give tasks to people that we could have automated in the first place. And because we didn't sit down to think it through in the first place, we're paying somebody to try to think it through. So, but you're still losing money. If I would have known now what I know 2 years ago, my business would be totally different because I could have automated so many other things instead of having bringing in an employee to do things that I could have. I still had to explain it to them, and because I didn't have an SOP, which is a standard operating procedure, it made things so much more difficult. So automating your processes, writing them down, making sure your team understands, working smarter, not harder, will help you to scale up your business. And of course, out of all of this, make sure it may work today, but technology changes so fast, you have to revisit your technology plan. You have to revisit your automations. You have to make sure that they're efficient for not only you, but for your team and for your client. I learned that people were receiving emails that I wasn't even sending out because it was automated from 2 years ago. And I was like, oh my gosh. So what I had to do was go back and revisit what that automation looked for. Someone actually sent me and said, well, on here it says that your updates only cost $5. Well, that was 10 years ago. They were looking at an old document that I hadn't even updated. And I was like, I'm so sorry that you received that email or that you still have that, that it sent that auto reply. That is not our price, but because you receive it, I will honor it. But going forward, this is my price. So make sure you're following through on your automation. So, of course, you can integrate all of the things that we just discussed today into your WordPress website if you have one. Make sure you contact your website developer to implement these automations. I am a website developer, so if you don't have one, you're welcome to contact me. So, with that being said, you probably have a million questions right now. So we'll go through your questions, about 5 minutes of questions, and then I'm going to show you guys how to actually create your social media posts for up to we'll do 4 to 10, no more than 10. It doesn't take that long, but we'll talk about that. So now I'm opening up the floor for questions. Questions do you ladies have? Any questions? None? Okay. Well, are y'all ready? It looked like somebody about to say something.
I want to say something. So I know you said the Canva AI, because I just noticed that when I was on Canva that it has that AI off in there. I'm still trying to figure out how to use that because I'm like, okay, this can be really useful. So I mean, if you can share some information with that and like the process of using that and integrating that with the posts and stuff, because I mean, I need it.
That is what we're about to go over is the Canva AI. We're going to do it from the beginning to the end. So we're going to start with the topic and we're just going to run it through. So I'm going to, let
Perfect.
me
Well, this
pull
is
it
just right
up.
on time.
Let's see. Let's share my screen. What screen? We're going to do this. Stay in here. And many of you all probably, if you don't know, you should know, the entire presentation that I created today was made through AI. It was made through artificial intelligence with automated systems, everything that was done. So, AI, which is a very scary word to a lot of people because there is some dangerous stuff tied to AI. And you have to make sure that you know who you're dealing with, pray about it before you get involved, and make sure that it's something that really fits your business and is not taking you down a rabbit hole of demonic presences because there is some very crazy stuff going on out there with AI. The latest one that I heard is they are literally taking people's videos, their everything that's in your phone. It's out there, and a lot of people didn't know that by taking those personal pictures 20 and 30 years ago, that it's being released, and people are actually seeing their own bodies with other people's heads on them out there because they have released that information. So you have to be very careful with AI and with anything to do with um, artificial intelligence or our phones and smart technology because this stuff is really getting deep now. So just be mindful of what you do and do not do and how you use it. And remember that just the same way that you use it, somebody else can use it. And are they going to use it against you? So just be mindful of that. But we're going to do a slight project today. I have the premium version of Canva. Now, the premium is $15 a month. That is nothing. But if you are a nonprofit, that is 100% free. So make sure that if you're a nonprofit, you have a 501c3, you can go ahead and do the free version. I mean, they have a paid free version for a nonprofit. So make sure you're using that. So we're going to start with the doc. Let me go back because you may not have even seen. I clicked so fast. It's called Doc, and it says start writing. It's the one that has visual design visual docs on it, because there's another one that's a document too. So just make sure you're in the right one when you do this. And we are going to go from start to finish at what this is. And I'm going to do it really quick because I want to show you just how quick this actually happened, minus your computer being slow. Factor in that. But right here, I could write my own words. I literally could. But I want this to be quick and short and to the point. So I'm going to go to Magic Write. Yes, that word can offend some of our churches and other things, but get past the fact that it says magic and just write your words. So in here, I'm going to say create a month, or create one post per week for a month of motivational quotes for women. And you can tell it pretty much anything you want to say. And what it's doing is creating me week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and they even gave me a bonus. That quick, I was able to do a whole month of posting once per month for a week. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. Now, we have our posts, right? Now, from here, I'm going to copy these. And this is where there's a couple of ways you can do it, but we're using free products. So I'm going to open up another tab, and now I'm going to go to Google because they have a free Excel sheet. So I'm going to open up and this is free. So make sure you're using anything that's free. So they have a free Google Sheets, which is just like Excel. And I'm going to create and share. So you can title it, and I'm going to title this social media post. Remember, we started at 8:15 exactly because I want to show you exactly how fast you can do this. Okay, we'll say January social media. And you could have done as many as you want. It would have spit out 52 in less than a minute, but I chose to go easy on it. So now I'm going to paste the values only. Now I have all of the posts in here for a week. For the entire week, I have this. Now I have to give it a role. I have to give it a name. So post. And then I'm going to add a column because I really want to also say, let's see, title. And we're going to say Motivation Monday. And I'm showing you this so that you'll know it can do multiple fields. So now we have our post. So now what we have to do is download this, and we want to download it as a CSV file, which you can do directly from Google. So now I'm downloading this CSV file directly to my computer. So I'm gonna go back over to Canva, and we're just getting to the basic page. Now I gotta create a flyer or a post, and I want it to be a picture. So I'm gonna look for, up here at the top, I'm gonna say Instagram flyer. And I'm gonna find one that really fits my lifestyle or what my brand. So it's consistent with what my brand is. So it's giving me these options, and I'm just gonna find one. And I really wanted it to be the Instagram that is I want an Instagram post, but I wanted the square post. So hopefully this gives me the Instagram post square. There we go. So now I have this, and now I have to decide which one of these I want to use. So I'm going to use a simple one for means of this, but you literally can use whatever you want. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I'm going to use this one, this body shape, because that looks kind of motivating to me. Ooh, but I kind of like this. Ooh, but this looks real good. Okay, so now I have kind of what I want to use, but I want to use him, but I don't want his picture. Anywho's, we're just gonna customize it. We're gonna keep this. I'm gonna do it real quick. So now that I have put this on here, I'm not gonna show you how I did it in this one, but I actually have a style guide. But this is doable for you. Once you set up your style guide, it will actually change everything to look as your style. And I'm gonna change these pictures as well. But for purposes of this, I just want to show you. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, this one is too complicated for, I'm gonna have to change too much because the background is built in. So all you have to do is click on style over here, and now you'll see all the templates again over here. So I'm gonna make it real simple this time. And I want to use this one, but I don't like the colors. So if I go up to the styles button up here at the top on the left tab, I have my colors already in here. So when I click on here, it automatically changed the colors to my theme. So now all I got to do is go down here to the bottom, and I want to put my logo on here. I also have pre-saved all my logos, so I can add my logo in here. And the wonderful thing about it is that it's clashing with the colors. So I'm gonna go over the shadows, and I want to put a glow on it. And I want to change that glow from black to white. So boom, we got a glow. Now you can see my whole logo. And now we need to get all the information in here. So in order to get the information in here, we're going to go to bulk create on the left hand side. And we're going to upload the CSV. I could have entered the data I got earlier manually, but it's so much I don't want to. So I'm gonna upload that file, and then it will search for, it has my two files. So over here where it says attention, I'm gonna click on attention, and then I want to connect this to my data, and I want it to be the title. So now it's going to put the title in there in this space. And I know it's kind of bigger for motivation. And then the quotes are going to go here. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to connect data, and I'm going to click on post. And now it's going to put the post there. And then it has the title. And then I hit continue. And it's showing me what it's going to look like and what's going to happen. And it's going to generate all of those. So now we got all of our posts, and let's see what it looks like. Every single one of them have printed. Now, of course, I forgot to move the three, and you can move them down. You can reshape them. I didn't make this small enough, so you can adjust them, or you could start over. You could backspace and start over and make it look the way you wanted to in the first place. But these posts are ready to go. And now you can schedule them on your social media. So before I post this on my schedule, on my social media. I have to remove week 1. So I'm going to schedule the first one to show you just how simple that is. So when I go over here to share, I want to share on social media and I want to schedule. Again, schedule is a part of the premium, but I'm going to schedule it for next Monday and I want it to go out at 7 a.m. Now I'm going to hit next. You have to make sure that the channel that you want to connect, that you actually activated it. And I only want to share the first one. So I hit done and I'm going to do hashtag boss encounters because that's my tag. Hashtag motivation Monday. Schedule. Done. In 10 minutes, well, 11, because it just turned as soon as I said that, we have scheduled our first content. And then you can look at your content planner and you can see all of the posts that have been pre-scheduled. I did that in less than 10 minutes and I have enough posts to post for the whole month. And if you look at my calendar, Motivation Monday, believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle that is out there and is ready to be published. But all of the posts that I've done for the entire month are already here. You can see all the posts and what pages that they go to. So, any questions on that? I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Any questions? Has anybody ever used social media posting from Canva? Did it seem pretty easy? I actually just became an instructor at Tulsa Tech, so I'll be teaching this entire process. So if you're interested in going through that webinar, you are, or it's not a webinar, it's an in-person class. So if you're interested in joining that class and you're in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, please let me know. And I can see if they can give some scholarships out or if we can get some reduced costs for that price as well. But with that being said, let me get to the last screen. Are we sure there's no other questions? Any other ways that I can help you guys? All right. Well, in that case, I would like to know how you will implement your automation process. So, of the tools that I've showed you all today, which one do you think would be most beneficial for your business? And this is for everybody. So, if you could come off the chat, I would love to hear from you. Or come off of mute. I said come off the chat.
First of all, thanks for showing us how to use Canva. That was really cool. I have Canva and had no idea that all that was available. So that was great. But I think that that's the first thing that I think I'm going to start implementing because I'm not on social media often. Well, I'm on there, but not enough to just, like routinely post and do things like that. So that would be helpful to set that up. I literally don't even have to be on there and it's doing the work for me. So yeah.
That is how I've lived my life for the last couple of months because I don't have the time. And if I can take an hour of my time and post it for the entire month and just be done with it, that saves me hours later. So, yes.
Yeah, same here. It's because of you, Crystal, that the Canva. I'd heard of Canva before and kind of dibbled with it a few years ago, a couple of years ago, but until you did it and showed it for the website, I was like, what? Canva?
Yes.
And then dug into it and thought, you gotta be kidding. I didn't get a chance to hear what you were sharing, but I want to go back and listen to the recording. I had to jump off. So
Yes,
Thank you so much for these awesome tools.
absolutely. What tools will you be using, Miss Natalie? You're on mute. It's still on mute.
I've used QuickBooks before, so definitely that, but I will definitely look into the Canva. I like that.
Yes, and that Canva, like I could in that could be a whole episode by itself, just going over Canva. But now that I'm officially doing instructing for Tulsa Tech, I can't do all the things that I did before because it's proprietary to what I'll be doing for them. But I will be doing some other little exercises that I won't be discussing with them on Canva to be able to help. So Canva is amazing tool that people underestimate. Like you can write whole documents in less than 5 minutes. And I could do a whole class about that all by itself. Thank you for being here, Miss Natalie. Heather, what about you? Anything, any automations that you plan on using?
Definitely, I liked the first and foremost the presentation, Crystal. So thank you for putting this out there. For me, it's definitely a good overview, a reminder on a lot of things. But I thought was interesting the ClickUp. I haven't heard of that platform, so definitely be looking into that. Thank you
ClickUp
for
is a game changer. And
yes.
when you go into it, I'm going to do a training just about ClickUp once, the free version of it, and showing people how to set it up from beginning to end. That is something that has changed the game for me. And Sandra has used it before, and a lot of people were introduced to that. So if you're thinking, and you can even use it for CRM as well, but
Mhm.
I just briefly went over all of the automations because there's so many. It's a lot
Right.
of automations, but I only talked about the ones that I've personally experienced.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Miss Eleanor, everybody struggles to get to the mute button. It's just a thing. Well, while you're unmuting yourself, Toya, if you
Okay,
want
here
to,
I come.
oh, there you are. I was like,
I used ClickUp with you in a class I did about 6 months ago with you,
yes,
and I really like that. I really like Canvas. I'm going to use that for church as well, and the Mailchimp.
yes.
I've never used that as well, but that ClickUp when I did the class with you, it's very it's very neat and things like that. But I really like the Canvas that you introduced.
Thank you. And I'm glad that you're in class as well. And Miss Toya, which one are you implementing?
Girl, all of them. Listen, I need every single last one of them. The MailChimp, that's awesome because for the events that I have and I collect people's emails and things like that. So to capture that information and be able to put it somewhere so I can keep individuals up to date on what's going on. I think that's really awesome. And then for Canva, I was just using that for flyers, but now it's a game changer. I'm pissed. Like, wait a
And
minute, I'm
I
ready to
will
get
be
off this
giving a
Zoom so I can play
bonus.
with it.
So anyone that stays after the recording, I'm going to give you a bonus about Canva afterwards and how you can actually create images and certain flyers that automatically. So that's their newest, latest version of stuff. So That'll be the bonus. Thank you so much for being in class today and for all of the people. So I'm going to put back on the screen the actual contact if you're interested in setting up a consultation about the different ways that you can need help. We can do a free consultation. And after that free consultation, we can go into other ways to be able to help you or implement these into your business. It's 30 minutes for free and it is free for the time being. In 2024, that may be changing, but for now, get in where you fit in because it is definitely a lot of things on the horizon. With the consultation, I will also be sending out the slide deck to everyone, and all of these will be links so that you can click on the links. Oh my goodness, it overstepped one, but you'll be able to click on the links and it'll take you directly to those websites so that you can experience whatever that looks like for you. So, all right, I'm going to end the live recording.